Previously on the Jay and Dan podcast.
Yorkville now, for those who don't know Toronto, is like the swanky shopping district. But in the 60s, it was like the hippie area.
They're all just hanging out in front of Mr. Sub.
Hey, man, peace and love, brother. Let's go get a 6-inch meatball.
And you gotta get that chocolate milk.
Oh, you ain't had that, man?
No, they got cookies. They got, and if you go in there at the right time and they're about to close up, Prim will give them to you for free.
Yeah. Prim right now is like, you, Dan.
Flew into Toronto, but I'd never been to a training camp, and so I didn't know one single player on the team. And got to Maple Leaf Gardens, missed the morning skate, walked in the front door of Maple Leaf Gardens with my hockey bag, and
That's amazing. Jim, any thought? How do you feel about polygamy? You know, you guys share some crazy hallucinogens. One thing leads to another.
You're listening to the Jay and Dan podcast.
Ole!
Yeah.
Dance.
It's the Jay and Dan podcast for the week of April 29th. Can we get Cellino and Barnes on the line?
Injury attorneys, 1-888-8888.
True story. On the way to this podcast, I had a slip and fall on a mop floor in the Bell building.
Oh,
And
perfect.
my arm is it hurts.
Man, this is a great way for you to go out suing Bell Media. God, that would be awesome. And really, for most people, I think exactly how they expected you to go out.
There's got to be cameras in every hallway, right?
I guess.
Guy came out from his little mop station. He's like, "Well," because I'm like, "Ah!" He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I just fell." He's like,
But you saw that the floor was wet.
"No, there was no signs, nothing. There was only one little corner that was done. It was hidden."
But,
No, I came around a corner. It was a blind corner.
oh, okay. All right. So you got a pretty good case then. Let's call up, how about Diamond and Diamond injury lawyers?
What is the protocol? What am I supposed to do?
You call up Diamond and Diamond, and an extremely attractive lawyer will call you back. Have you seen those Diamond and Diamond ads? Find me a ugly person in the bunch. The cast of L.A. Law was like a bunch of bottom feeders compared to the Diamond and Diamond crew. Are those all actors? They're not really the lawyers, are they?
Real lawyers.
Now, Cellino and Barnes, they do it right. They just put their ugly faces right on those billboards all over Buffalo. Did we ever get to the bottom of what happened to Cellino for a while? Had to leave Cellino and Barnes, and it was just called the Barnes firm for a while.
I did, Murray.
And then all of a sudden, it was Cellino and Barnes again, but they didn't say anything. They were just like, yep, nothing to see here. He was always here. I'm like, but I just saw ads for the Barnes firm for like a year. Nope, that must be you dreaming.
Do you have to step away from the law sometimes?
I think maybe he got a little in a little too deep. Got in too deep.
Hey, I wouldn't talk about a lawyer on here.
I'm not afraid of those. Bring it on. Cut to. Cut to.
The Jay and Dan podcast.
The Dan podcast is brought to you by.
What's the protocol? Do I let my department manager know that I fell?
You don't want to do that because they're not on your side. They're on corporate side, right? Ooh, yeah, you're hurting.
The pain's getting worse.
Ooh, first thing you got to do, we got to get you to a very crooked doctor immediately. One who's willing to be to put down a little embellishment on the old medical report for old Danny O'Toole. He's got a broken shoulder.
I have bad knees, so I went down on the one knee, and my shoulder locked behind me, trying to brace myself. So I got a knee and a shoulder issue.
I think you have a pretty nice case here. If I were the Bell Media executives, and I know they listen to this podcast, I would be looking to make amends and settle this out of court as quickly as possible.
Yeah, because they'd say, "Here's $100,000. This never happened, right?"
That's all you're gonna take from these guys? What is this, small claims court in Omaha?
Here's $500,000.
Yes. Who are you, Kramer?
They've got insurance for this.
Exactly. A big insurance. The kind of insurance that's going to allow you to retire and buy the bakery in Orono. You got to update everybody on the latest.
But wait, we can't say much more about the injury because they might use this in court proceedings. They'll say,
already
hey,
have.
he was laughing it off. I'm not laughing because I'm in pain.
I think, for sure they're going to use this, and I will be called in to testify. And at the last minute, I will testify against you.
It was all a lie.
He lied.
I didn't see anything.
Everything's a lie. And I'll do it for no reason other than it's just funny.
I do have an update as to why they broke up for a while, Cellino and Barnes.
Okay, here we go from Christoph.
Apparently,
And Christoph, not feeling so well, everybody.
Not
So send me
feeling
your
so
well
well,
wishes.
not sounding so well, but longtime partner Stephen Barnes was trying to poach clients and staff, arguing that the Cellino name is better than the Barnes name. So that was at the...
I'm why they come here.
So wait, so he was trying to poach staff, so they split. But then how did they come back together? They were just like, I'm sorry, I tried to steal all the staff and all the clients.
I guess just the 888-8888 sounds better.
It sounds
Both of them.
good. Everyone knows them as Cellino and Barnes. They probably agreed, like, all right, this is how people know us. You don't like me, I don't like you. But God damn it, we're making a shit ton of money.
So when they split up, one of them couldn't keep the number?
I don't know.
It was a new number with an extension?
I'm going to have to do more digging on this.
Sure, honestly, I don't know. I don't know that much about it. I do know that you'll be calling them 180. Can we hear a Cellino and Barnes? Just for people who maybe don't know Cellino and Barnes. I think they become kind of nationally famous.
Cellino and Barnes, injury attorneys.
But they are from Western New York, right? They are from Buffalo.
Yes, I believe.
But they've become sort of nationally famous. I still don't understand how that.
Can they fight cases in Canada?
Again, I say push Diamond and Diamond injury attorneys.
I can't even drink with that arm now.
Ooh,
Cellino and Barnes,
There it is.
injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait. Call 8.
It's so dumb.
Hey,
How excited were they when they locked down that number, though? Oh, my God.
that's a gold mine.
They
Well,
were
then William Attar copied them with 444-4444.
Hurt in a car, call William Mattar.
That's the one.
Right. Dan, going back to bakery. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, someone sent us a tweet on Monday saying the Orono Bakery is for sale. I wandered down. I don't see a for sale sign, and it's closed on Mondays. So I'll get to the bottom of it
tomorrow.
Tuesday.
This came out of left field for you. By the way, Brett Brown, Sixers head coach, he looks like the Travago guy after his DUI right now. He looks rough. He does. He looks real rough.
So if you're keeping track of everything in Orono, my little town, the bank gone,
As everyone is at home.
insurance agency gone, grocery store gone, LCBO gone,
All since you moved to town less than 2 years ago.
bakery might be gone. As producer Tim said on the conference call today, I could be playing a real life game of Monopoly right now.
Buying up the whole town and the railroad. He wanted you to buy the railroads
That's right.
first.
The railroad it
People
left
love
years
the
ago.
railroads. Yeah, it's...
I'm the f***ing mayor.
Are you concerned you're going to be the last person standing in the town?
Well, there's still humans, just no stores.
That doesn't seem like a town anymore, more of a commune.
Well, it's just a community with no... It would just be like a bedroom community, like in any subdivision that doesn't have stores.
Right.
We just have vacant stores.
Right. Okay.
Maybe it could be like an old West town.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
come into town, you're like,
Oh.
hey, you might get shot, you might not, but it's just for fun.
Come have a drink at our saloon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll put you in jail. It'll be fun. Ooh, Toolsy's still
Stop.
suffering
You have any anti-inflammatories?
big time.
I have antibiotics.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Penicillin?
But if they make it worse, it might help your lawsuit.
that's true. That's true. Well,
Then I can
don't
sue
wanna
you.
take-
I'll
don't-
sue you as well.
Wow.
No,
Tons to win there.
I don't know if that's going to be your financial windfall.
You're going to love that Kia Forte, then.
Oh,
That could be
makes a good
nice.
vehicle.
Yeah, nice Korean vehicle.
Another podcast tonight. I guess I'll pick you up, Staff, since I own your vehicle now.
That's how Cellino and Barnes are. They're like, all right, I'll pick you up. Yeah, we're back together. Cellino and Barnes. Here we are again.
Hey, before we get to our guest, Game of Thrones obviously was a big episode Sunday night. When did the rules on the internet change about spoilers? Did this just happen now?
I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to talk about this too because it seems to me that up until this year or this viewing cycle of Game of Thrones, it was sort of agreed that you wouldn't spoil things on the
Common sense.
on the Twitters. Just don't spoil things. And then last night, our pal Kara Wags, articulated sort of the new world order of Twitter, which is, hey, if you're on Twitter while the show's on, anything goes. Okay, that's fair. But when did this all get decided? Like when did we decide, now, you know what? Because it really comes down to Twitter's a community of people now who are in a bubble. They're talking to each other, and they want to talk to each other about this show they're watching. And so spoilers, they're all, anything goes now. Anything goes.
I'm against that philosophy because we use Twitter to get quotes, to get stats.
Yeah, we use it for work.
You find little tidbits about a game, then you throw it into a highlight pack, or you throw it into the show, or you throw it into a discussion that's happening. You can't just shut off the entire device because of one show and people spoiling it.
I guess the thing I don't understand is, why do people spoil things? Just to be assholes?
But I think they want to have a conversation and people can all join in and say, oh, yeah, I can't believe that happened. But
we had a conversation, a brief one on our conference call today. I've had conversations on the phone or via text with my friends about the show last night. But I don't feel the need to go on social media and have a conversation with the world.
1,000%.
I think these people are just lonely. No, I'm being serious. Like, I think it's lonely people who don't have anyone else to talk to about this show, want to ruin the viewing experience for people who can't get to it immediately when it airs. Because that was our old pal Pat Muldowney said, well, if you can't watch it when it airs and you log on social media, that's on you. So, well, what if I had to work, which I did?
That's your fault for having a job.
That's on you.
But I can watch the show because I have a job and I have to pay the cable. That's your fault.
You. Now here's who dies. But then there's the other side of it. I was on, I'm not going to be able to see, I'm so excited to see this Avengers movie. I haven't had a chance to see it. And I won't see it for a couple of weeks because my friend is coming from Edmonton. He wants to see it with me. It sounds really lame, but that's what we're doing. Wilksy, you got it. Reed Wilkins. So I can't see for 2 weeks, and I'm aware that things are going to get spoiled for me. I know I'm not going to go in totally fresh. It's 2 weeks after the movie opens. That's fair. But, on our comment section of the Jay and Dan Instagram page, people are like commenting on videos we post and then following it up with, and this person dies. That's what they're doing. Like, they're spoiling things in comment sections
that have nothing to do with the movie.
Nothing to do. No. They do have something to do with the movie, but nothing to do with what they're commenting on the video on the Instagram. They're just throwing it in there to be an asshole. It's like, well, that's a sociopath. That person should be locked up.
Oh, the Stars won? Nice. By the way, I Mom.
That's kind of what he did. Funny post, guys. By the way, Dan O'Toole has shoulder tinnitus. Okay, let's get to our guest. His name is Nabil Karim. He is a former employee here at TSN.
Sell out.
And now he is off to ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut as an anchor, a future star broadcaster. Terrific guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. Vancouver boy.
And we were like the buffer pope for him. We took the heat for going to the States, so now he doesn't have to. We were like lead blockers.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if he's received any heat, any sellout heat like we got.
Yeah.
You're still bitter about that.
Saw a guy.
It never bothered me.
Saw a guy today. Speaking of the devil, on the street, I was running to pay for parking. And he's like, "Hey, didn't you go to the States?" I'm like, sorry about your buds, because he was wearing a Leafs jersey. I'm just like, I'm not getting into this conversation.
Sorry about your buds. That's a good way to get out of all conversations on the street in Toronto. I feel bad because we've called Nabil in the middle of this basketball game.
No, it's perfect. It's at halftime.
Oh, perfect. So Nabil will be taking a break. His son is in bed. He's kicking back with a tall, cold Coors Slice.
That's the new summer beverage.
And he's hanging out, and he's going to talk to us. Nabil Karim, how are you?
You know, that picture you just painted was completely wrong.
Oh,
so
what
I
are you
haven't watched
doing?
any of the game. I haven't watched any of the game.
Oh, okay. You don't want us to spoil it for you. The Raptors lost.
Right. my son is still awake.
Oh no.
And yeah, we played a little hooky from school today, and he's probably doing the same thing tomorrow. And the beverage that you mentioned, Coors Light, which is amazing, is not the beverage that I'm having right now. So,
well, what are you having? A milk?
What are you, a little chocolate milk?
No, I'm having whiskey. If that's
Oh, nice. What kind?
Yeah, what kind of whiskey do you like?
I'm a big whiskey guy. I got Oban right now.
Ooh.
Oban. Yeah, Oban. Yeah.
Do you
Here's the
drink it
thing, is I can't
neat
take-
on the rocks? What are you drinking?
Rocks.
What are you drinking?
Rocks.
Nice.
Rocks. Yeah.
How many of those
I can't take-
deep
What?
are you in right now? 5, 6?
2.5.
Nice.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. This is my last night in Toronto, man. This is my last night in Toronto.
This is amazing. Are you moving tomorrow?
I'm literally moving tomorrow, which is why I'm not watching the game and I'm doing all this last-minute packing. I'm finishing like as much booze as possible because I can't take the booze
That's
with
right.
me.
You can't bring liquids
right.
or aerosols.
No, it's ridiculous. I gave away my leather conditioner too, which was tough. Even though it's like $3, I give it to my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law will take anything. Like he doesn't even need it, but he took it anyway, just because he's brown, right? So we like to save everything for orders.
And I still have your belt. I've got to get that belt to you before the morning.
Oh.
You know, the thing about that belt was that I thought it was a great gesture. Like you were in need of something, right?
Can you guys set up the story a bit?
Yes. One night I showed up at work. I realized I wore a belt to a wedding or something. It was still at home. I needed a black belt. Went over to the newsroom. Nabil's like, actually, I've got an extra belt here. And I still have that belt. Continue.
What a story.
And here's the funny thing is like I come dressed for work. So it's not like I have like my wardrobe at work when I was at TSN. I came dressed for work. And by chance that day I had an extra belt. And by chance I have never seen it again. And I'm like, you know what? I'm never bringing extra clothes to work. I don't even know how to approach this because I actually like that belt.
Oh.
Even though it was a gift actually. Yeah. And I was just like, it's kind of weird because I've seen him, but he doesn't bring it up unless we're on like social media, which means I'm never getting it back.
Yeah. He's using it as a comedy tool now, a prop.
Here's
like
the thing.
Carrot Top.
I've never worn it since. I wore it once.
What a waste.
Well, that makes you feel good.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you even say that? I would have kept that information myself.
So, Nabil, we were talking before you came on, and I said we were like the buffer pope for you on the move to the States. We got all the heat. We got called sellouts for leaving.
Yep.
Have you got the sellout thrown at you yet?
No, it's weird, man. Like, it took a while for me to be able to kind of announce it or whatever on social media, just because I was waiting for immigration. But I did this past week, and honestly, I got a lot of love, which was kind of cool. Didn't expect that, but I didn't really get to. I got a couple, like, oh, great, never going to see hockey again, or whatever, things like that. But I feel like, but you guys were a way bigger deal. Like what you guys did was huge. Like I remember, if I'm not incorrect, or because the whiskey's starting to kick in, you guys. By the end of this call, it's going to be amazing.
Can't wait.
You guys were on a billboard in like Times Square.
That's true. That's true.
You guys were a huge, and when you guys did it, it was pretty. I mean,
I should mention by
groundbreaking for
the
what you guys did, right?
time we got on that billboard in Times Square, it was already over.
That's right. We were like, why are they doing this? Okay, so you're going to ESPN. Congratulations, buddy. Everyone here is so happy for you. Do you know what you're going to be doing there?
I'm going to be doing SportsCenter there to start. So I don't know what my schedule is like in the first little bit. It's kind of funny because I've talked to a few people there, and they're kind of like, "Oh, we'll ease you in," which is completely the opposite of what happened at TSN. I think my second day at TSN, I was doing like a 6 o'clock show, which is pretty heavy plate for somebody just come in who used to do updates at CBC. So the approach is a little bit different there. But, I mean, they have a lot more resources and things like that. So I will be doing SportsCenter. I don't know the shift or anything like that at this point, but I think it's starting with that and hopefully maybe some backup studio work, that kind of thing, which would be really cool for me, which, as you guys know, I like doing that kind of stuff.
And how's your family feel? Is your family coming with you? Your wife's a doctor. She's really the breadwinner here.
She's a pharmacist.
Oh, I thought she was a doctor, Nabil.
No, I wish.
Okay.
If you're a pharmacist, you aren't labeled as a doctor?
Well, you can be, but not necessarily.
Yeah, no, that's that whole chiropractor thing, and people know they're not real
That's right.
I have a really good friend who's a chiropractor. One of my best friends, and it's a constant topic of conversation. And how as soon as he graduated school, everything became doctor, like his Instagram, Twitter. Everything. He got his new credit card and it says doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
chiropractors
pushing it a little bit.
They always do that, though. Like, it's a little like thou doth protest too much, kind of, we get it. You're a chiropractor.
But I think doctors hate chiropractors.
They do.
They're like, no, you're not.
No,
yeah, there's tension, right?
No, absolutely, you are bang on. They do not like chiropractors. They consider it voodoo medicine, wacky medicine.
I will tell you something that's funny though. With my best friend, a year and a half ago, we're at this big community event where there's like thousands of people. The Aga Khan was coming into town, and he went across Canada. Anyways. You could volunteer for different things. So you could volunteer to be on the medical team, because there's so many people there. So they want all the medical professionals there. And he was really ticked off because he's like, I wanted to volunteer. I'm like, why didn't you volunteer? He's like, well, they put him at the lowest level possible. So they had the doctors, they had the emergency doctors, they had nurses, and then they had basically first aid. And he qualified for first aid. And I basically told him, dude, we have the same qualifications. We both can put a Band-Aid on at this point. You know what I mean? So he was so offended that they didn't put him in the doctor category, didn't let him do rounds and stuff, because there were people who were sick that they brought from hospitals. So I felt really good about that because that validated my talk over the last couple of years.
And so, okay, that's my mistake. So your wife's a pharmacist. Will your family be coming with you? Will you be going alone for a little while? How is that going to work?
Yeah, I'm going alone. We made the decision because my wife's pregnant right now, and
congratulations, buddy.
June. Thank you. And so she's due mid-June. And I don't know.
Do you know who the father is yet?
We're gonna see. We're gonna find out.
Brian Mudrick.
It's an awkward.
The baby's gonna come out looking like PC leader Andrew Scheer.
Well,
but like a brown version of that.
Muddy's teeth aren't real, right?
Man, this is the most fun I've had on the podcast by far.
Okay, so when are they going to move down? In a couple years, a couple months?
I thought it'd be a simple situation where, we induce this labor a little quick. Hopefully, it comes out June 1st kind of thing. Next day, 2 days, whatever. Once she's ready to go, they'll come down. No problem. Then I realized just 2 days ago that you need a birth certificate, like the official birth certificate, to get a passport. Our kid's obviously going to need a passport.
Yeah.
The last thing we want to do is go to the border without a passport with a newborn child.
So that would be pretty humorous.
It would be for everybody else. And so, so now they might be here midsummer, which I'm kind of bummed about. I'm not going to lie. So,
because you're moving to a place. Most of Canada probably have never been to Bristol, Connecticut. It's it's an interesting place. But here's the thing: I've been to Connecticut a few times. Okay. Amazing homes on huge lots. They don't have the cookie cutter subdivisions that you see here in Ontario. Right. There are some stunning places, and you have the option. You could live in Hartford.
Oh.
Yep.
How far is Hartford from Bristol? About an hour?
So no, it's about 25 minutes.
What?
So
you got to live in Hartford.
No, I'm 100% living in Hartford. Bristol, I mean, I spent a little bit of time there. It's Bristol. Most people don't, I don't think most people live around that area, or if they do, maybe it's a bit of the outskirts. But yeah, most people, from what I've been told, is that they live in West Hartford, or there's a nearby town called Avon, which is, like 10 minutes from West Hartford. There's another place called Farmington, which is also 10 minutes away. It's all pretty close. But it's, 25 minutes away from ESPN, which is great. And considering what the traffic I'm coming from here in Toronto.
Yes, because you're a West End
yeah.
guy. You'll have a shorter commute.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
And you can
you're totally right about the homes, too.
Yeah, and you can get season tickets to the Hartford Yard Goats. That's their baseball team. It's a beautiful stadium, too.
You're going to have some time on your hands if the fam's not down there right away. Here's my thought, and I said this to you when you told me that your wife was pregnant again. I think you should switch it up. You guys should all go down there. You have the kid down there. You get that dual citizenship, and you ride the lightning, buddy. You just ride the lightning of that paid-for American medical system. Do it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. I just told her today, because now she's getting kind of emotional and so forth. And I'm like, you want to just come with me?
Yeah.
You want to just come with me? And so, I don't know. We'll see how it rides out. She's really comfortable, obviously, with her doctor here and so forth. And her mom's now living here, too. So she might be a little ticked that she had to come down here and now just stay at home by herself kind of thing. So
your mother-in-law, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, my mother-in-law. She came down here for 3 days. Great, thanks.
You are a Vancouver guy, and your wife is from Vancouver too. So this is like, man, Hartford is a long way away from Vancouver. Like, this is going to be a big change for you.
I know, but what's funny is, like, I moved from Vancouver to Prince George to Winnipeg to Toronto. And as soon as I go to Toronto, I had family in Toronto from before, so I'd come a few times to visit over the years. I love Toronto. So, like, Toronto for us, and even for my wife now, it took her about a year to really love it. She came in 2011. But once she made friends and we explored the city and so forth, we both really love Toronto. So Toronto is what we consider home. So it almost feels like we go to Vancouver less and less. And since we've had kids, or have a kid, our parents come here more and more, and I seem to see I see all my friends usually anyways. We do a boys trip or whatever. So I go to Vancouver less and less. Not that it's not special to me or whatever, but Toronto is what I identify as home. So to be at Hartford, I'm an hour and a half away from Toronto, really. So it's not too bad. But the lifestyle is going to be very different. When I went down there, I was down there for about 5 days. It is very different than Toronto. There's no doubt about that. It's a lot slower, smaller, obviously. But it does seem family-oriented, which is nice. I think that's nice for us, and being a young family and hopefully getting Adam involved in activities and so forth. So that's kind of the pitch.
I love it.
And I tell friends, though, I always tell them, they're like, oh, yeah, we'll come visit, which I think they're lying.
Yeah, they
will. So I'm always like, oh, yeah, no one's coming. Most people don't even know where Connecticut is. No joke. Which I'm like, you're a grown-ass man. You should have some idea where it is. So I always have to tell them, yes, between New York and Boston. And then it's like, oh, New York, how far are you from there? I'm like, well, hour 45, roughly, depending, something like that, like a drive or train ride. And they're like, oh, okay, we can meet in New York. And I'm like, all right, we'll meet in New York. So I'm going to have to invest in an Airbnb in New York or something, because I don't think anyone's actually coming to Connecticut to see me.
Oh, they will. They will.
No one's coming.
And you've got us beat on the move already, because you're going to be on a network and a show that people know exists.
You know what's funny? We never really got to chat about your experiences. Like, you guys have advice, or did any great little nuggets that came from that? The
last people you want to take advice from is us. But certainly, I can't say enough about. This is a massive generalization, and maybe it's not a direct correlation, because there are people from California and people from the East Coast, and maybe those people are different. But in general, I find Americans to be delightful.
They are amazing.
I'm not even joking. I find them to be more out. We are more reserved.
We're very shy.
Yeah, we as Canadians are more reserved. We're just as nice as anyone on the planet. But we're definitely more reserved than Americans are. And I loved the gregarious nature of Americans, the inclusiveness with which they met us and wanted to include us in friend groups and stuff. Like, it was very easy to make friends down there, I thought. And so I think you're going to love it, personally.
And booze is way cheaper.
That's a great point. You're going to be crazy. Your Scotch collection is just going to be unbelievable. And then you're going to develop a drinking problem.
When I first moved down, I was married at the time, and I've told this story before. I'd go to the grocery store, and I'd come back with like 10 bottles of booze, and my wife at the time would say, like, it's not going anywhere. Like, it's always going to be there because you're like, this is such a deal. I need to get it all right now.
Some of these pieces of advice are very Dan specific. I should mention that.
No, you know what? No, I totally feel you on that because when I went to Bristol, they brought me down for a week or whatever to come check out the area and so forth. And my wife and son couldn't come at the time because she couldn't get the time off of work or whatever. And so I was down there for 3 or 4 days by myself. And I spent a lot of time in liquor stores. There's one that's kind of like the LCBO there. I think it's called like Total Wine and Spirits or something.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yes.
Huge.
Yeah, and it's much nicer. It's like LCBO on steroids. And
Don't
and
get
then I
me
even went to
started.
Costco.
Don't get me started on
went
the
to
LCBO.
Oh, dude, it is. I mean, the thing I'm having right now, Ben, that's the one I brought back, and it was. I mean, if you're not doing the conversion, it's half the price. But even with the conversion, it was still everything was so cheap, and you feel bad leaving there, not buying more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's right. You're leaving money on the table almost.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, and that's going to happen to me for the first 6 months, and then when my wife loves wine, so she's jonesing right now, just waiting. As soon as this thing pops, I think she's going to just start chugging a bottle in the room there because she is ready to go, and she knows that the wines are cheaper there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Here's a little tip.
Yeah.
You get a really nice bottle of wine for her to enjoy after she has the baby, and then you can celebrate with that bottle of wine together.
Right
Yeah,
after,
good one
like
right there.
immediately when she's just about to breastfeed for the first time.
Or whenever she's ready. But get a really nice one. She'll love it, and she'll remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm very interested to see her tolerance went up. Like, I think for my friend circle, people know me as the alcoholic, but then over the last few years, I kind of scaled back a little bit because I wanted to be, a little more upstanding of a citizen, kind of, because I get a little belligerent. And then so it kind of switched. She became like the weekly alcoholic as far as like drinking during the week. I would come home from TSN sometimes, and she's just sitting on the couch there, bright red lips, just off a bottle of wine. You know what I mean? And it
That's
was nothing
great.
to her. And so now I'm just kind of wondering what her tolerance will be at, and how much she's going to be puking. and that kind of thing.
That happened to my wife too. She could not handle any booze, and she's
Right.
Chinese, right? So, and then no, it's true. I mean, let's be honest. And then now she can drink quite regularly during the week. Actually, a couple of glasses a night, which is a lot for her. So I'm thinking, man, you're in trouble once you guys get down to Bristol. It's going to be wild.
I know.
Key parties
and I
every
think she's
night,
gonna-
swinging.
Swinging?
I can't wait till ESPN hears this interview, and then they're like, Nabil, cancel your flight.
Yeah. Well,
Listen, buddy, we want to let
yeah.
you go because you're obviously very busy and you're very kind to give us as much time as you did. But we just want to say, in all sincerity, I think you're a major, major talent. I really mean this. I've always thought that you were underutilized here at this network, and quite frankly, I'm thrilled that you're getting this opportunity. You deserve it more than anyone here, in my personal opinion. We were lucky to have you. So I wish you and Nazreen and Adam and little Jay nothing but the best. Going forward, I think you guys are gonna love it down there, and you're just gonna do great.
I
Thanks so much,
I
man. I
echo
really
those
appreciate
comments.
What's funny is that I came in, got to do your show that one time, and I was like, man, this is the life right here. I was like, if I got to the show one or two more times, I think, it would have been a lot of fun. And you guys got a nice setup there. So when I do need my exit plan, I'm going to be calling you guys for sure.
You know what? Well, you can come, if you want to come back and guest host. I mean, producer Tim has some sort of phantom show budget that he doesn't spend in any pockets, so we could maybe pay out of pocket.
Or when Nabil comes back in a few years, you have a show with your name attached to it. You just have to go to the States to get your name on the show.
It's probably not going to happen.
Sponsored by Obans.
Hey, by the way, Jay, do you remember? I'm running your segment long here, but do you remember when I texted you about Randy Moss when he first started working with you guys?
Yes.
Do you remember that? I was totally geeking out because I was watching you guys, and you were working with Randy Moss, who just had started, I think, in the industry.
Yeah, he worked with us. That was sort of his first on-air gig when he came to work at Fox.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so I'm a huge Randy Moss. That's my favorite player. So I didn't have a team growing up. I had Randy Moss wherever he went. I have a Randy Moss Oakland Raiders jersey, which is such a waste of money. But if I name drop him and be like, hey, Jay and Dan are my guys, is that going to help me?
Yeah, he liked us.
He did like us. I
just jog his memory.
He might remember those losers.
The two Canadians, Jay and Daniel, worked with at Fox, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah."
He might get it. Yeah, he might get that. If you attach,
I'll make you my screensaver or something on my phone.
Yeah, that would be good. But he was, in all sincerity, he was like, you remember how Randy was, with the media and stuff when he played. So I was a little skeptical. What's he gonna be like? He could not have been
Very
nicer.
cool guy.
He was such an awesome guy, and he was so professional. Yeah, he's turned into a really good broadcaster. Yeah, I mean he works hard. So and he's obviously talented. So he just kind of obviously comes naturally. Lots of different things: playing football, being a broadcaster. Being Nabil Karim's new best friend.
I got to find a new best friend. That's the thing, too.
Well, that's it. It's going to be Randy. How cool would that be?
Oh, my God.
Right?
It's going to happen. You know about it. I'd be posting it all day.
Just, you have a separate...
No, you got to play it cool. Whatever. This is no big deal.
Me and Rand? You wouldn't even acknowledge who he is, full name. Or just me and R. Me and R doing this.
But inside, just bursting.
Yes, exactly.
Just geeking out, total fanboy. Yeah.
Best of luck with the journey, my friend, and with the new baby, and keep drinking because the night is young.
All right, buddy. Thanks, guys.
Have a great night. It's Nabil Karim. Great job. He's such a great guy.
And we never even got into he's the best dressed guy in the network.
Oh, not even. It's not even a contest.
We literally look like hobos.
We do. We look like homeless people next to him.
I think we have to say. I think the politically correct term is you have to say hobo now.
You can't say homeless people?
No, because people say, "Oh, you're better than that." Hobo is like a non-existent person, but everyone knows what a hobo is.
But I don't think hobo is a politically correct term.
I don't know.
Is that what the PC police have decided? Now everyone say hobo?
Because a hobo is
rides the rails.
Yeah, they don't really exist. Kind of like a hillbilly. No one admits they're a hillbilly.
But if I say someone looks like a homeless person, I'm not criticizing that person for being homeless.
Hey,
I'm not saying you're less than me.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if you're a homeless person, you presumably aren't dressing as well as Nabil Karim. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Do we have time? Did you download those things?
Yes, I did.
Okay. We found some more clips.
Oh, okay. Let's hear them.
From CKDJ. Yeah, this is when I was in broadcasting school, and I dug up a couple of these here today. So let's just listen to one, because I think we're running out of time.
This one's good.
5 games in the Air Plus preseason.
Oh, okay, pause this.
Anything can happen.
So this is our pregame show, because we did the Ottawa 67s games. I downloaded this because I could not believe the commercial that aired. This is a real commercial that is coming up that aired on our radio station. It's coming up here.
5 games in the Air Plus preseason. Anything can happen, and Peterborough definitely does have a chance to catch the Ottawa 67s. It's not over until the final game of the season, pretty much. Although I have to say, with 7 points
Is
jump
this
on
you?
the 67.
No, this is my color commentator, Rob Johnson.
4 more games
Okay.
in the 67.
Sounds
so the
authoritative.
67s have 4 games in hand. So that could easily turn into a great deal more points in between the two clubs.
It should be a great game tonight. 67s and Pete's just minutes away from the first period face-off. We'll take a quick
Wait,
time
is
out.
this you?
When we come back, we'll have more of our...
You guys sound exactly the same.
Pre-game show. I was going to say first period intermission. This is Ottawa 67's hockey only on
Here it comes.
CKDJ.
Whoa there, big boy. Where am I?
You're in Ottawa, sir.
I'm hungry. I need food.
You should go to Chances Are, sir.
What the heck is that?
Well, it's the best restaurant in the West End. They specialize in ribs.
Ribs? I love ribs.
They also make the best wings this side of Texas.
Well, where is this joint?
It's in Shopper City West, right across from Algonquin College.
Hey, boy, come here.
Don't shoot me. I'm just a child.
Don't be silly. I just want to thank you for leading me to Chances Are.
No problem, sir. Now, could you get your horse off my foot?
Giddy up.
So that's what a real cowboy looks like. So long, stranger.
For the best in ribs and wings, head to Chances Are, located in Shoppers City West. Chances are you'll get more than you bargained for.
Wait, that's you at the end.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
I recognized you at the end. That was long. That was like the longest ad I've ever heard. It was like a whole Western. Wow. So you guys put together some pretty nice ads.
Whoa there, big boy.
And was he saying like, "Oh, don't come near me"? Like we're implying like he's gonna get shot or molested?
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought they were going with it. I thought that's weird, but it was the 90s. Things were different on the radio.
And it wasn't
then.
like a.
Come here.
Don't shoot me. I'm just a child.
Don't.
And it wasn't a Western hangout. That's the restaurant that Brian Kilray owned, the coach of the Ottawa 67s. It made no sense. And I heard that today, and I'm like, what were we doing?
I'm just a child.
So you guys wrote that? Yes. And they were like, okay, good. That sounds like a good way to represent our restaurant. Go with it. It's weird.
Whoa there, big boy.
Quality production, though.
I'm just a child.
I'm just a child.
Who is that?
That was the guy who's doing the game with me. That was Rob.
Oh, really? That's funny. Were there like 3 of you at the school? Or? Wow. That was a pretty nice one.
Yeah. So just
Is that restaurant still open?
Yeah, remember we saw it when we went there for the live podcast.
We did?
Well, I pointed it out. I said, I can't believe that place is still... it's right beside the college.
Oh, nice. Oh, they're still doing well. Yeah, I'm sure.
Whoa there, big boy.
I'm sure that ad has a lot to do with their long-term success, frankly. You guys did them a favor.
It airs on a loop in the vestibule when you enter.
It should if it doesn't. It's going to air on this podcast on a loop now.
Don't shoot me. Why would you even imply that you're going to get shot?
I mean,
come here.
Don't shoot me. I'm just a child.
And how would that child have so much information about a restaurant that he's not the owner of, or
Can we
I'm just a child.
Can we just hear the whole ad
doesn't
one more
even
time?
work at?
Might as well. We got an extra minute here. Rack it back.
Our story free 67's hockey only on CKDJ.
Whoa there, big boy. Where am I?
You're in Ottawa, sir.
I'm hungry. I need food.
You should go to Chances Are, sir.
What the heck is that?
Well, it's the best restaurant in the West End. They specialize in ribs.
Ribs? I love ribs.
They also make the best wings this side of Texas.
Well, where is this joint?
It's in Shopper City West, right across from Algonquin College.
Hey, boy, come here.
Don't shoot me. I'm just a child.
Don't be silly. I just want to thank you for leading me to Chances Are.
No problem, sir. Now, could you get your horse off my foot?
Giddy up.
So So that's what a real cowboy looks like. So long, stranger.
For the best in ribs and wings, head to Chances Are, located in Shoppers City West. Chances are you'll get more than you bargained for.
The best would be if there was an alternate take in which the child did get shot.
Why does the cowboy have to get close to him to
The
thank
cowboy
him?
gets close and then... Sorry, kid.
Come here.
Don't.
Sorry, kid.
And wouldn't the cowboy realize he entered civilization when he goes to this place across from a college?
Back in those days, though, there weren't street signs. Had to ask around.
But the kid says it's across from the college. This cowboy should be saying, "What the f***'s a college?"
Yeah, he doesn't know. He's pretending he knows because he feels stupid. People call him a dumb old cowboy all the time. He's got to fake his way through life. Poor cowboy. I bet you he adopted that kid, took him on the run with him.
And that's the first cowboy the kid's ever seen.
Yeah, that kid's led a sheltered life other than the extensive knowledge he has about Chances Are rib restaurant.
Where am I?
Did the cowboy travel into the future? I'm
Where
so
am
confused.
I?
I've got so many questions.
Well, you're the one who wrote it. I think our listeners have the questions.
And why does the kid not have an adult with him?
Come here.
Don't shoot me. I'm just a child.
Don't.
Yeah. Not a lot of adult supervision in the Wild West. Kids were left on their own, raise themselves, live on nothing but discarded rib bones.
and wings.
Hold the turtle and make it pee.
Make it pee. Man, that was a good one. I hope we get another ad next week.
No, that's the only ad, but
Right, that's the last one.
Where am I?
there's a lot of DJing going on, and it's not pretty. But we'll save that for a rainy day.
Well, this has been a blast, and thank you to Nabil. I feel kind of bad that it's the night before he's moving. His wife's probably looking at him like, really? You're on a phone call with Jay and Dan for 25 minutes? You haven't packed a thing? I'm 8 months pregnant. You're holding a glass of scotch. You, buddy. That's probably what was going on as we did that interview. So thank you, Nabil, so much. And
thanks, Christoph, for coming in while sick.
Yeah.
Please stay on the other side of that glass.
Get some rest, my friend. You're not coming in for Landsberg and Kolyakovo tomorrow. No. They can handle that themselves. Landsberg should be good, eh?
Oh, yeah, on the board.
He can handle that.
That 5-hour energy, it kills all sickness.
Yeah, he loves that stuff. Makes him a little sharper. That's what he always says. I feel a little sharper.
Maybe it'll work for you.
Does he give you any?
Look at Pierre Maguire and Anton Hudobin right now. What are they talking about? He's so funny. Anton Hudobin is the funniest guy ever.
He could be 25, he could be 55.
It's the age range. Good luck guessing that one. And even if you do guess it, for sure he's lying. Anyway. Guys, it's been a lot of fun talking to you this week.
Sure has.
And hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Oh, yeah, my arm still really hurts. Forgot.
Can we hear that Cellino and Barnes one more time?
Cellino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait, call 8.